All right, everybody. DanceRush Stardom review, the latest Konami Bemani game. Um, so I think we should start with a little bit of history. Dance Dance Revolution and Beat Mania kind of established the rhythm game interface probably about 20, in excess of 20 years ago. And it can seem a little bit overused at this point. Dance Evolution recently kind of took the opposite approach, experimenting with what is possible, how far we can go, not worrying about how kind of learnable it is or usable it is. Um, and so, even though I have a lot of affection for Dance Evolution, and I use it as motivation if I ever get invited to go to a nightclub, I really struggle even in light mode on the easiest difficulty. When you see people who have memorized all the moves play it, an expert or whatever the name of the modes are, it is really compelling and probably the best video game performance you've ever seen. DanceRush Stardom is more similar to Dance Dance Revolution, except there's an introduction of a larger, less structured dance floor and some new moves. So this is effectively a hybrid of DDR, simple and easy to learn interface with the freedom of Dance Evolution's more realistic dance style. So there are 4 to 5 new moves. It's basically a shuffle game. I'd never heard really of shuffle dancing until this game came out, so I've learned a lot in the past few days. So shuffle, kind of the simplest, maybe a little bit overused move is the running man. Another kind of shuffleish move is the inside sweep. The other things are the slide, which we didn't have in DDR, the jump, and the drop, which I think they do jump in Dance Evolution, but a lot of these moves do seem to be a little bit more unique. The shuffling is not something that Dance Evolution, I think, has, but correct me if I'm wrong. So, getting into the review, I think it's important to say that I'm an expert DDR player. I've been playing on and off for about 20 years, probably since the second mix in the US. So, my needs might be different than your needs. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Overall, I gave DanceRush Stardom a 6.5 out of 10. Um, I think the game has actually really inspired me to learn dancing in real life, which I haven't started yet, and won't for a few months. And even though I should probably spend my time focusing on learning really real dance, I'm still excited to learn the game better. But that being said, actually, I think you would be better off probably just skipping this first version altogether. I'll go into the details, and I have to qualify that if nobody plays this game, then there's not going to be a future version. But it's something to keep in mind. So for the interaction, input, control, stuff like that, I gave DRS 8 out of 10. So the dance floor to start with, I never ever stylized my DDR dances. I'm kind of the mind to keep working on my score, and yeah, it looks pretty all right as it is. I'm playing expert stages, are fairly complex. But yeah, the dance floor in Dance Rush creates kind of an opportunity. It seems like a real waste to not use it, and this is a great innovation. Um, Even Dance Evolution's kind of dance space is really constrained by the camera input. I'm quite tall, so I have to stand, yeah, at the maximum section so that my full input is being accepted. So yeah, this is really great. The moves, so some of the new moves are annoying. The slide and inside sweeps. So yeah, there's not a lot of value in the slide. It's just kind of something that can be done on this interface. And the inside sweep, I mean, it looks like when I do that, I look like a leprechaun, bringing one leg in, sweeping left and right. I just find it very awkward, but um, I guess that's what happens when you have a new game and you're experimenting. On the other hand, the running man shuffle and drop are really, really fun. The drop is just there's no way to hold back from really stylizing that move, and I think it's really sexy. I think I use a pretty ghetto dance style when I am in the nightclub, and it kind of works quite well with that. I haven't really gotten into the jump yet, but I've been watching a few videos on YouTube of the better players, and I have a lot of motivation now. Um, so the majority of kind of the input score comes from the step. So I think even after 20 years of playing DDR, it's still, rather unique interaction compared to, first person shooters or whatever. And I think it really justifies the arcade's existence, which has presumably died in the West and is still very much alive in Japan. So, um, one thing to keep in mind is that there is really little in the first version of DRS that can't be performed in Dance Evolution, which is kind of more cost effectively available for the console and really a lot less embarrassing when you're kind of first learning the game. So the other thing is sometimes it's not always clear in the game how you should perform the steps since the left and right feet are labeled. So it'd be really good to have some kind of body positioning guidance, as you kind of see in the shadowed figures in Dance Evolution. And also, you have the same kind of error rate as you would expect from DDR, which I guess is fine, but yeah, a little bit frustrating. I wear fairly baggy trousers, as I think a lot of dancers do, and I'm in Japan right now, so yeah, lots of people wear baggy stuff. It's kind of traditional clothes. So that kind of start like the foot input will flicker at the baggy trousers, which is really a pain. So that's the interaction section. So for the innovation, I think when Microsoft's Connect innovated the dance game, fairly recently, maybe 5 years, I'm not really sure. I think DanceRush Stardom could be the next big innovation in kind of dance and rhythm games. I can, off the top of my head, think of a lot of ways that this could be integrated into other rhythm games. So I'm really looking forward to the next version, kind of taking this concept a lot further. Also, having the fact that you can download the video of your performance, even though you only get to play one song, that is really, really clever. I think watching a video a couple times is interesting, but it really should include, the steps, like what the user's seeing when they're playing, because for people that don't play the game, it doesn't have a lot of context or utility without it. And in terms of learnability, 8 out of 10. It's very simple, just like DDR. Anyone should be able to approach the game and kind of enjoy playing it for the first time. Some of the new steps do require the tutorial run through, unless you see someone else using them. Um, but players will enjoy themselves, kind of integrating the new steps into their own shuffle style. The scoring and difficulty, yeah. So this is really what brings down the original score. So I gave scoring difficulty 3.5 out of 10. So it's really the expert mode and the stage locking that creates a problem. So um, even though this game is really not that different from DDR, Konami didn't include really any difficult stages in the first version. So an advanced DDR player can literally play this game for the first time and pass every stage, probably on the first try. So considering how long it's going to take for the next version to come out, and with only 4 new songs released every month, I think, yeah, you can probably skip this version. I mean, passing the stage, I guess, that I can still make a lot of improvements, so it's not without mercy. But the fact that all level 10 stages are locked at the start, and you need a Konami e-amusement pass and a lot of time to unlock these stages is really frustrating. I forgot my pass the other day, and yeah, not happy. So were kind of 50 songs when the game was released. So having 10 locked songs, maybe more, at the beginning is not Not cool, guys. I'm sorry. I love you, but no. So music and sound, yeah, 9 out of 10. What you'd expect from like a music game, fairly varied. I'm pretty eclectic. I enjoy a lot of different sounds. I like electronic music, so yeah, no problems for me there. But I guess if people are looking for new stuff, they might not find it. But there's classics, there's new music, but not maybe new genres that you wouldn't expect. I'm not really sure. Art, it's a rhythm game. It's kind of, I think Dance Evolution is a little bit more artistic, but it's not an issue for me. Um, so that's the overall review. 6.5 out of 10 for this new game, guys. And yeah, you might want to skip it, but I think like anything else in life, just give it a try, see how it goes for you, and let me know in the comments what you thought. Other notes, so I'm gonna post some sexy but safe for work tutorial on how to shuffle at the bottom, which has kind of really motivated me to dance in real life and get better at this game. So hopefully that helps you guys. Yeah, get into it. So yeah, this is Montgomery Webster, and just waiting for the next new game to come out. Take care, guys.